So I am doing foodborne illnesses, and one of the first things I found out about foodborne illnesses is that that the CDC, which is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, found out that each year 48 million illnesses, 128,000 hospitalizations, and 3,000 deaths are traced back to foodborne pathogens. Pathogens are bacteria, basically. And let's find out why. Another thing I found out about foodborne illnesses is that they're caused by eating foods that either maybe like you go to a restaurant and you have, and let's say you order meat and the chef or whatever doesn't cook it doesn't fully cook it. Well, raw meat carries a lot of bacteria and things like that. So if he doesn't cook it all the way, you still have bacteria on that, which multiplies very quickly. And you're basically taking that in, and you can get sick from that. And then also you can get sick from if they're preparing your food and they're touching, maybe they're sick or they have bacteria on their hands and they don't wash their hands and they're touching your food and you eat that, you're probably going to get sick that way too. So, yeah, it can be in foods or drinks or anything like that. Another thing I found is that the most common cause is from parasites, bacteria, viruses, and other things like that that could be poisonous, or even wherever your food comes from, or if it's processed or something and there's a chemical or toxin used around that can get in the food and that can make you sick. It can be poisonous to you, so that's dangerous too. It could cause that. And okay. Some of the and also the CDC. That's why they're very involved in stuff. So some of the symptoms of foodborne illnesses are diarrhea, not fun, vomiting. It says abdominal cramps, nausea, fever, aches, fatigue, and other stuff like that, and it usually lasts for like at the most a week. And a lot of people think that it's not foodborne illness. They may think it's like the flu or something. You never know. Another thing that could be contaminated with it, other than like meats and stuff, is like fruits and vegetables, and maybe they're grown somewhere that they use the fertilizer. Maybe they're grown somewhere that they use the fertilizer, and it gets all over the food, and it contaminates the food. So it's basically animal feces all over it, and you're eating that, so that could make you very sick too, because there's tons of bacteria in that. It's waste. And then even sometimes water that you could, like, let's say if you've contaminated water and you wash something else with it, you get that contaminated, and so on and so forth, and somebody eats that and gets sick. Foodborne illnesses have a large effect on society or economy, and I'm going to quote this right from the site because I couldn't have said it better, and it's www.who.int, and it says, quote, loss of income by the affected individual, cost of health care, loss of productivity due to absenteeism, like not being at their job, cost of investigation of an outbreak, loss of income due to closure of business, and loss of sales when consumers avoid particular products. So a very big impact because everybody is affected by it. And then finally, a common misconception about foodborne illnesses is that whether you're in a restaurant and you're making food, or you're at home or something, washing your hands one time does not cut it. Because if you're touching other meats and something, and you only wash your hands one time, you need to be consistently doing that. Because touching meats, you get bacteria on your hands, and you go touch something else, and it gets all over everything. So wash your hands, and it will help prevent that. Okay. Thank you.